Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to create a LinkedIn profile. Um, this is from the CNS Career Center, which is located in World 2 in Suite 321. We have walk-in appointments available throughout the semester from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. If you have any questions, you can email that email address right on the screen, careercentercns@umass.edu, and we'd be happy to get to you and answer your questions. But today we're going to focus on creating your LinkedIn profile and how to use it to reach out to alumni or people within the industry that you're interested in working within to establish your network and gather more information. So there's a lot of elements of your LinkedIn profile. And what I've noticed is that students start and don't realize how many aspects of the profile they need to update and input information for. So from education to experience, headline, your profile photo, there's a lot you need to do to create this LinkedIn profile. Today, we're going to focus on the headline, summary, experience, and adding some media to your profile. If you are looking for more support and want to take a look at your LinkedIn profile, you can bring in your computer to the CNS Career Center, do a drop-in appointment with your peer advisors who can help you update your profile or give you suggestions on what to do to improve it. So starting with the LinkedIn headline, this is the information that appears directly under your name. If you don't update the headline, it's going to take whatever your most recent experience is and pull that data and put it in the headline. So for a lot of students, if you create your LinkedIn profile and you put your education, right, that you're a student at UMass Amherst, that information is often pulled and put directly into the headline. The headline is one of the first things that someone finds out about you on your LinkedIn profile. You do want to update it to help you stand out. There are thousands of UMass Amherst students, right? And what makes you unique as a biology major at UMass, or an animal science major, or natural resources conservation? This is your opportunity to be concise and professional and to give a snapshot of who you are in addition to being a student at UMass. So these are some examples of effective headlines. The first one says, analytical math major with experience in statistics pursuing a summer 2023 finance internship. Future doctor in microbiology major exploring research associate positions. Bilingual lab researcher looking for full-time positions in a research hospital. Animal sciences major with dog training experience looking to work at an animal hospital. So a lot of these headlines focus on what you're doing now plus what you hope to do. And that formula is really helpful to give a potential recruiter a snapshot of who you are and what experience you have and what you're actively looking for. Your LinkedIn profile is often where you are going to find positions you're interested in or where positions are going to find you. So when you share what you hope to do, it gives the recruiter a snapshot and information on if the type of position they're recruiting for would pertain to you. So after the headline, when you look at your profile, one of the next sections that comes up is called summary/about. And this is where you have 2,000 characters to share more about you, what experience you have, and what you're able to offer to a potential employer. I like to think about the LinkedIn summary as a combination of a cover letter and a personal statement. So it's giving that background information on what skill set you have, what knowledge, what skills you're able to offer to an employer, as well as what's your story, what's your interest in this particular field, what impact do you want to have. So this is an example of how you might start your LinkedIn summary. So I'm currently a junior at UMass studying natural resource conservation. I've studied topics including wildlife conservation, natural resources policy and administration, and geographic information systems. I'm passionate about environmental conservation and have developed public speaking skills for my role on campus as a tour guide. So again, this is a paragraph or two helping give more context to your experience. So as a recruiter, they're not going to be knowledgeable about all of the classes that you're taking within your major at UMass. So if you want to highlight a couple of those classes that you think really give that context and background information on what you're knowledgeable in, that's really helpful. And then you're also able to take positions that maybe aren't related directly towards the field you want to go into. For example, the student might be interested in, working as a field technician, really focusing on research within the environment. But they focus on their public speaking skills, which is transferable, which can be related towards many positions through their campus tour guide position. So they're taking that experience and finding ways to draw out skills that would be relevant for the next position they're applying to. So in your summary, you want to be, I would say, a little bit more flowery in your writing. You want to have a interesting, thoughtful, and engaging description of who you are. This is your time, to be as lengthy within 2,000 characters as you want to be, to share more about yourself. Whereas in a cover letter, you're limited. What I really like about you is that you have a little bit more to share more about. And then this is another summary example. I won't read through it here with you, but I'll give you a second to pause the video if you wanted to. So after the summary or about section, there's this whole category called experience. And in your experience section, you should include paid and unpaid positions, similar to your resume. Any jobs, internships, research, teaching assistantships, volunteer work, freelance work, anything that you've done that shows great skills, that really defines who you are as a worker, should be included on your LinkedIn profile. And again, LinkedIn will allow you to add in as many experiences as you want. So if there's things on your resume that you had to take off for the sake of room, you're able to pull those back in your LinkedIn profile. And then think of, again, your previous experiences. And here it says summer camp counselor. You want to focus on teamwork, communication, and adherence to safety regulations rather than hosting arts and crafts, activities, and sports if your goal is to work within research or to be a field technician. How can you think of all of your past experiences and draw out particular skills that can relate towards your next step? And then adding in LinkedIn media, any samples of your writing, research, PowerPoint presentations, links to blogs, websites, any images or videos can be added to your profile. And again, just give more information about who you are as a student at UMass, as a upcoming professional in your career field. If you're someone who's engaged in research on campus, you want to make sure that you're not uploading any confidential research data. So if you have questions about that, check in with the primary investigator in your lab to make sure that whatever you're sharing isn't confidential. So once you have your LinkedIn account all laid out, you have all of the aspects of it updated, you're going to start using it to network. And some places to start is following the UMass Amherst LinkedIn, joining the UMass Amherst alumni group. And there's also a CNS Career Center LinkedIn group where we share some upcoming events, and you're able to connect with past UMass Amherst students from the College of Natural Sciences. You want to start adding connections to your account. Think of the peers that you engage with daily, your faculty, your staff members, any previous supervisors or coworkers that you've had. And once you develop your network, you can use your LinkedIn profile to start outreaching to people you're interested in learning more about in regards to their career, a particular company that they work for. And when you do that, you want to make sure you click the connect button, and then you include a note for why you're connecting with that person. And these are a few examples of how you might share more about yourself when you're connecting with a UMass alumni who you haven't met yet, but work at a company that you're really interested in. The note is about 300 characters, so it needs to be pretty concise. Share who you are, why you're reaching out, and include any questions that you have for them. That note will go straight into their messaging inbox, and it'll be easier for them to understand why you're reaching out and why they should accept your connection invite and respond to you than if you were to just reach out to someone you don't know without any context. So if you're thinking about your LinkedIn profile and you feel unsure that, maybe you don't feel like you really know anyone. So think of yourself and then start drawing out a map of all the people that you know, right? Your faculty, advisors, career advisors, family, employers, clubs, professional organizations. And then think about even further, who do those people know, right? So who do your faculty know from previous roles that they were a part of that relates towards the career fairs that you want to go into? Who does your family members know? Who does your previous employers, your previous supervisors? And then you're going to develop this web of who they know and who those people know. So if you need to take a minute to draw out your own map of starting with you and the people directly around you, and then thinking wider of who else might those people know. And that's how you want to start building your LinkedIn network and drawing on all of those connections that you currently have and you can develop in the future. So once you're ready to start reaching out to some people within your career field of interest, a really good place to start is by going to UMass Amherst, a LinkedIn page. And on the page, you'll find this toolbar that says home, employer, about, post, jobs, and then alumni. You select the alumni tab, and it'll bring you to this information of where do people who are alumni of UMass Amherst and have LinkedIn accounts report that they're working. What skills do they indicate that they're knowledgeable in? What companies are they employed through? So I did an example with natural resources conservation, and it gave me some more data on where people who had that major currently work or have worked in the past. And once you do this, you'll scroll below the bars of information and data, and it's going to start giving you suggestions on who to connect to based off of your own network, your own LinkedIn profile, and what they suggest would be good for you. So it's a good starting point to find more people within your career field that you want to learn about, that work in a company you're interested in, and you want to start directly communicating with. So next steps, after you create your profile, is to really build that connection network. Start adding your peers, your professors, faculty advisors, supervisors, PIs, mentors, and others you've directly interacted with. Having that large connection network is going to help you have access to outreach to others, and will establish yourself as like a trustworthy person to connect with. And then, start thinking about who's directly around you as you're building that profile. And if you want more information on how to work on your LinkedIn profile, you can scan this QR code. It'll take you to our career development handbook that has this information on, where to start with all of the aspects of your profile beyond just what we talked about today. And again, if you would like direct feedback on your LinkedIn profile, you're welcome to come into the CNS Career Center, and we'd be happy to review your profile with you and give you feedback on what you can do to improve. Thanks for hanging out and take care. Bye.